So last month, my neighbor came back from what was supposed to be an epic Colorado camping trip, and his tent camper looked like it had been through a blender. Honestly, I wasn't surprised, because here's what most people don't realize. About 90% of these tents are designed for perfect weather Instagram photos, not reality. Most reviews focus on luxury features, but completely ignore the one thing that actually matters. So today, I'm showing you the camper tent trailers that actually dominate extreme weather, especially the last 3. So let's just dive in. Starting our countdown at number 9, the Campmaster Air 600LX represents what happens when you prioritize simplicity without sacrificing weather protection. This compact inflatable trailer tent uses a polycotton blend that breathes in summer heat but seals tight when rain hits, backed by just 3 air beams that inflate in under 20 minutes, even for complete beginners. The real weather advantage comes from its sealed ground sheet system and elevated sleeping platform that keeps you off cold, damp ground, while the zip-sealed inner tent creates a microclimate that maintains warmth during unexpected cold snaps. At 199 kilograms and just 1 meter wide, it won't fight you in crosswinds during transport, and the minimal footprint means you can squeeze into sheltered spots other campers can't reach. The downside? That compact design means limited interior space for gear storage, and while the polycotton handles moderate weather well, it's not the heavy-duty canvas you'll find higher up our list. The £5,199 price point makes it accessible, but you're trading some ruggedness for that affordability. So, let's make things more interesting. Jayco Swan. At number 8, the Jayco Swan proves that family comfort and weather resilience don't have to be mutually exclusive. This Australian-built trailer uses a dual slide-out bed system that transforms a compact 5.3-meter package into genuine sleeping space for 6 people, while its galvanized steel chassis and reinforced corner brackets handle the structural stress when wind starts rocking the camp. The canvas system features heat-sealed seams and tensioned guy ropes that distribute load evenly, preventing the flapping that destroys lesser campers in sustained winds. Inside, the full kitchen setup with 12-volt refrigeration and generous storage compartments means you can hunker down for days when weather turns nasty, while those innerspring mattresses keep everyone comfortable during long cold nights. But here's the reality check. That 1,134 kilograms weight means you need a proper tow vehicle, and the setup complexity can be frustrating when you're racing against incoming weather. The canvas also gets noticeably noisy in high winds, which might keep light sleepers awake. At 38,000 Australian dollars new, it's a significant investment, but the build quality justifies the cost for serious family camping. The Chariot E1 represents peak innovation in weather-resistant design, combining Australian engineering with electric convenience that actually works when conditions deteriorate. That 16-ounce close-weave canvas isn't just thick. It's treated with waterproof coatings that create multiple barrier layers, while the galvanized, powder-coated chassis and dual independent coil spring suspension system handles the kind of rough terrain that lets you escape to naturally sheltered camping spots before storms hit. The game changer here is the electric gas strut system that sets up this 3-room fortress in just 5 minutes, meaning you can react quickly to changing weather without the usual fumbling with poles and guy ropes. Inside, the slide-out kitchen with 110-liter stainless steel water tank and integrated battery management keeps you self-sufficient during multi-day weather events, while those 3 distinct sleeping areas mean 6 people aren't cramped together when you're stuck inside. The reality check? That 1,300-kilogram weight demands a serious tow vehicle, and the 24,999 Australian dollar price point puts it in premium territory. Plus, all that electrical complexity means more potential failure points in harsh conditions. So, yeah, something to keep in mind. Coming in at number 6, the Cub Campers Frontier showcases advanced engineering where speed meets smart all-weather livability. This Australian-built forward fold uses blue-scope steel construction with independent coil spring suspension and twin shocks that not only handle rough terrain, but create a stable platform when wind starts buffeting the camp. The real engineering win is the silent winch system that deploys everything in under a minute, meaning you can react to sudden weather changes without the usual scramble, while that 100% 100% Australian canvas with integrated ColorBond panels provides superior UV protection and wind resistance compared to standard tent materials. Inside, the king-size Cloud9 mattress and convertible dining table create genuine comfort during extended weather delays, while the stainless steel slide-out kitchen with 100-liter water tank keeps you self-sufficient when conditions keep you camp-bound for days. The downside? At 1,270 kilograms and 44,990 Australian dollars, you're paying premium prices and need serious towing capacity. That quick setup also means more mechanical complexity, great when it works, but potentially frustrating if something fails in remote conditions. But here's where our list gets interesting. The next camper takes this foundation of smart engineering and adds thermal innovations that turn winter camping from survival into actual comfort. At number 5, the MDC Robson XTT MKII delivers those thermal innovations I promised, combining serious weather protection with legitimate off-grid capability that keeps you comfortable when conditions turn harsh. The star here is that Truma Combi 14,300 BTU furnace paired with heated water tank pads, technology that prevents freeze-ups and maintains livable temperatures even during multi-day cold snaps that would make other campers unbearable. The 16-ounce Sherpa close-weave canvas tent with fully enclosed annex creates 301 square feet of protected space, while the galvanized steel chassis and X-Track independent suspension handles the rough terrain needed to reach sheltered camping spots. Inside, the dual beds plus convertible lounge sleeps 6, and that exterior slide-out kitchen with Thetford 3-burner setup keeps meal prep outside the living area, crucial when you're stuck inside for days. The 300 amp-hour lithium battery system and 200-watt solar setup maintains power independence when grid connections aren't an option. But at 1,570 kilograms and Australian dollars 42,000 plus, this is serious money and serious towing requirements. At number 4, the Patriot Camper Gen 2 X3 showcases a hard-shell rooftop tent integrated directly into an aluminum body that eliminates the canvas vulnerability that destroys lesser campers in severe weather. That hot-dipped galvanized steel chassis paired with X-Cruise independent coil suspension doesn't just handle rough terrain. It creates a rigid platform that prevents the frame flex that tears tent attachments in high winds. The real genius is the breathable insulated roof lid design that regulates temperature while maintaining structural integrity, meaning you stay comfortable without sacrificing the weather protection that soft shell designs simply can't match. At just 850 kilograms tare weight, it tracks behind virtually any capable vehicle without the wind-catching profile that makes heavy trailers dangerous in crosswinds, while those 33-inch mud-terrain tires and 150-liter water tank with 100 amp-hour lithium setup keep you mobile and self-sufficient when conditions deteriorate. The downside? That compact 75mm mattress and limited interior space means 2 people max, and at Australian dollars 48,990 base price, you're paying premium money for what's essentially a very sophisticated 2-person shelter. At number 3, the Opus OP4 solves that hard-shell space limitation with an innovative inflatable air beam system that delivers both rapid deployment and expandable protection when weather turns nasty. Those pressurized air beams create a rigid structure in just 90 seconds, crucial when you need shelter fast, while the double-fold design with central entrance gives you legitimate living space for 6 people without the structural weak points of traditional pole systems. The real weather advantage comes from the sealed air beam technology that maintains structural integrity even when individual sections face pressure differentials from wind gusts. Plus, that 16,000 BTU furnace keeps everyone warm during extended cold fronts. Inside, the U-shaped lounge converts to additional sleeping space, while the 4-burner stainless steel kitchen with external fridge slide keeps meal prep functional even when you're weathered in for days. The independent coil suspension handles the rough terrain needed to reach protected camping spots, while that 40-liter water capacity extends your weather riding capability. The reality check? At 1,406 kilograms and 36,500 US dollars, this is serious money, and towing requirements plus inflatable systems mean puncture vulnerability and potential air leaks in extreme temperature swings. At number 2, the AlphaGo S6 AIR represents military-grade engineering wrapped in civilian luxury, using that same Opus-licensed inflatable technology, but with South African bush-hardened refinements that handle conditions most campers never face. The galvanized steel chassis with 10-leaf spring suspension creates an unshakable foundation that maintains structural integrity when wind loads would twist lesser frames, while the 5-minute inflation system deploys 2 private bedroom pods and wraparound living space that transforms this into a genuine weather-resistant villa. The real breakthrough is how those panoramic windows and memory foam double beds maintain comfort during extended weather delays. You're not just surviving harsh conditions, you're living through them, with hot and cold water, 75-liter tank capacity, and that cinema-grade projector system that turns storm days into indoor entertainment. The slide-out kitchen with 90-liter fridge space keeps food fresh, while the optional bathroom annex provides privacy and sanitation when you can't venture outside. The downsides? At 1,400 kilograms and $30,000 US, this demands serious towing capability and represents significant investment. The inflatable system also shares the same puncture vulnerabilities we saw with the Opus. And at number 1, the Austrack Campers Frontier X represents the absolute pinnacle of integrated weather-resistant systems, eliminating every vulnerability we've seen in the previous 8 campers. The welded hot-dipped galvanized chassis with independent coil suspension and twin shocks per arm creates a foundation that maintains structural integrity when lesser campers would buckle, while the aluminum frame construction with gas assist setup deploys 3 double beds and full living space in just 3 minutes, critical when severe weather approaches fast. The real game changer is the complete climate control system. Reverse cycle air conditioning paired with diesel heating creates a true 4-season shelter, while the 230 amp-hour lithium battery system with 250-watt solar and red arc inverter maintains power independence. Inside, 6 people live comfortably with slide-out kitchen, external fridge freezer, hot water shower, and HD entertainment system. Now, at 1,880 kilograms and 35,000 Australian dollars, this demands serious towing capability and represents major investment. Plus, the China manufacturing means some finish quality inconsistencies and potential parts availability concerns in remote areas. So there you have it. 10 campers that won't fold when weather gets real. The best one is whatever matches your actual towing capacity and camping style. By the way, did you know how cool slide-out trailers have become these days? No? Then you gotta check this out.